Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sam the SLB. Alongside me today is the man behind Twitter, the man in black. Ooh, we're throwing some swerves, guys. The third man, Ethan. He's sitting in. We don't have Scott. But guys, this is Above the Ring. Guys, Bedlam Media's premier wrestling podcast covering all things AEW, WWE worldwide, coming to you Sunday morning. Guys, first pay-per-view for AEW of the year, AEW Revolution. The subject line was it Sting's last match?
Sting's last match, babe.
Sting's last match. This isn't like Ric Flair's last match. But guys, I'm looking forward to this. Before we begin, please like, share, subscribe, all that. Let's get right into it. Ethan, how are you feeling about this card?
Pretty excited, actually. I'm not gonna lie. So right off the bat, there is 11 matches officially, but we're only gonna count 10 predictions because honestly, we don't care about the 12-man tag pre-show match.
Yeah. So okay, we are gonna mention them, and maybe I don't know, Ethan. Maybe we should going into the new championship year. Maybe we shouldn't count the pre-show matches. Kind of throw a little swerve in there.
Ooh, okay, I like
Not
that.
that's a swerve. It's just kind of like, well, they're pre-show matches. Let's not make them count. Let's.
I really would touch it. Yeah, I know a lot of some YouTubers that they don't even review the pre-show matches; they just talk about the main stuff. So, yeah, we'll talk with Scott and them about it.
Yeah. So, 11 matches. We're gonna count all of them. What's the just for reference? Before we begin, which one aren't we counting again?
The 12-man tag, the Bang Bang Scissor Game versus Team Jared, Private Party, and Willie Mack.
All right.
That's the only one, but the women's tag is the one we're counting. The other pre-show, the 12-man tag is not the do not count pile.
Noted. All right, so I'm gonna pull up on my screen as well. You guys are gonna see it, but I'm gonna pull up the Ship It Studios. This was still the Ship It Studios Championship. It will change after Mania. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to pull this all up. I can get my notifications out of the way because, computers. We cannot have enough notifications. Man, it's coming quick. It is coming quick, Ethan. We got actually 3 more events after this. Is that right? Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania Night 1, and WrestleMania Night 2?
Supercard of Honor.
Supercard of Honor. We do have to add that.
So
there will be changes. We will be going... I don't know if we talked about this, but I'm going to bring it up again if we didn't. Going into the 2024-2025 year, we will be removing the Ring of Honor stuff. It's kind of, share some sentiments right now with the rest of the internet wrestling community. We will be replacing it with TNA Impact pay-per-views. So more to come on that when the time comes. So, damn, I don't even have the matches written down. I should have thought about that. You got yours. I'm going to write mine down then separately, and then we can add them a little later as we go. So, Ethan, we're going to start with the first match. Julia Hart, Sky Blue, taking on Chris Statler and Willow Nightingale. Pre-show match.
Yes, this is the one we're counting. I'm going with, as Sam likes to call them, the spooky bitches. Because on Dynamite, Sky Blue did get the win on Statlander. I could see. Julia Hart is TBS champion, so I could see them winning. So I'm going to go with spooky bitches.
I'm going to follow suit. So quickly, I've kind of been in and out. There's been a lot going on over here personally between the start of Bedlam Media, between some personal things going on. When I have turned this on, Julia Hart and Sky Blue definitely seem to be on the up. Not that Chris and Willow aren't. They could be heading to something going into... Oh, why am I drawing a blank right now?
Spooky shit.
May. The May pay-per-view. You know which one I'm talking about.
Double or Nothing.
Wow, I don't know why I couldn't think of that one. It's one of those days. But yeah, I'm going to be with you, Ethan. I think there's a chance they're taking the W here.
Yep. Okay. So Scott, he picked... Honestly, it's kind of weird reading Scott's predictions. He is on assignment, by the way, so that's why he's not here. And our bitch of a champ's just not here. So, actually, both Scott and Zach actually went the opposite. They went with Chris Statlander and Will Nightingale.
Start with an L. Both men starting with an L. Yeah, I'm
Scott, I'm
very
catching up to you.
disappointed.
By the way, I'm just moving the review real quick. So the Elimination Chamber, we didn't do a post show because we just didn't have time. But I won the Elimination Chamber prediction, so I'm pretty close to Scott overall for points.
Yes, and we will talk about that in our post show. We'll get Scott on here, and the champion. He's just doing part time things, because he's a part time champion.
What a bitch!
Love Zach. Love you, Zach. We're gonna hop
Love you,
over to the
Zach.
second pre-show match. The only match we will not be counting unless otherwise there's other matches. So from this point forward, we won't be counting anything else. Bang Bang Scissor Gang taking on Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal, Willie Mack, and Private Party. Why isn't there a name for them yet? Why
I
don't
don't
we
know.
have a name for them
I
yet?
don't.
Everyone else is in a faction. This is practically a faction.
Honestly, this whole match makes no fucking sense. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give you a hot take. This Bang Bang Sister Gang crew is. I like all 6 guys, but this shit's cringy as fuck.
The couple of times I've seen it, when I have noticed, I'm with you. I like them all. It is a little. That's what I will say. The Bullet Club guys, very serious, very good with what they do. I say that, but the Guns were kind of a joke for a while. I think they've started to kind of clean up. And then, Scissor Gang, Matt Caster, Anthony Bowens, and Billy Gunn. Really talented, but more
Comedy.
Comedy, yeah, like you would say. And it's a
Well,
really weird mashup.
like, are you fucking telling me you have a main event talent, Jay White, who main event the Tokyo Dome, and it could be a future 8 World Champion? He was just in the main event of the last pay per view, and now you got him on the fucking pre show.
Yeah, that's. But again, I mean, I think about this all the time, and they have a big roster. It's weird. It's kind of they cut it and then they kind of slightly bloat it again. Yeah, he should not be. Jay White, like you said, main eventer of the Tokyo Dome, he should be on the main card, even if it's the opening match.
Honestly, I could have seen them. What I thought they were gonna before we move on, because honestly, we're probably gonna talk about this a lot more than the fucking actual match itself. But anyway, like they have this Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles. The Acclaim has the trios titles, which they haven't defended on a pay per view since the Wrestle Dream pre-show, which is fucking weird. But anyway, I thought like Jay White was gonna turn on them and then like do a unification for both trios titles or slash 6-man tag. But I don't know.
Looking at this, and again, they could have started the show with this match.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how you feel about this. All-Star Scramble match. Winner receives a future AEW championship match. This feels like a pre-show match or like a first match of the night kind of thing.
Okay, so I am gonna. So this was technically supposed to be the Meat Madness match because it was. So I guess Tony Khan's media call said, I guess he was gonna add more besides Archer, Warlow, and Hobbs, but because I guess some of them got injured, like I guess Miro said he was gonna be in it, Keith Lee. That's the rumor. I don't know if that's actually true, but injuries and other stuff. So that's why they did the All Star Scramble. And ironically, Hobbs, Warlow, and Archer in it along with Jericho, Hook, Brian Cage, Magnus from CMLL, and Dante Martin, who had to qualify on tonight's Collision, by the way.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like stuff like this, even though it is for a championship match opportunity, I feel like these are like opening bouts. Should be because if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Ethan, but a lot of the old what do they call the battle royals that would do start at Double or Nothing were either pre-show matches or the casino battle royals. They were either pre-show matches or like the first match on the card.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I'm rambling. Those are my thoughts. Jay White's a main eventer. That's kind of what we're getting at here.
I like how we go from the pre-show to the scramble.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was kind of going to ask you, and I kind of looked, and I think it spoke for itself. If you were to take one match from the main show and put it on the pre-show to move Jay White into the main card, what would it be? And that's the one that stuck out to me.
Yeah, that one, honestly.
Because everything else, minus Ospreay, Takeshita, is a main event. Oh, FTR and Blackpool.
Yeah, I if I had to choose one, like if I had to pick like a switcheroo, that's probably the one I switch is a scramble, honestly.
Okay.
But they want see honestly, if Jericho wasn't in it, I'd probably say absolutely that would have been a pre-show match. Honestly,
Yeah. Yeah. All
well,
right.
since we're talking about, it, we might as well just talk about the scramble match now. Honestly,
How did we say we're going to do this? Because I know normally.
I think Scott and Zach only do one pick, so I guess we're only doing one pick.
Okay, we'll do one. That's fine. I think it's for
They,
every 10
yeah,
or like.
I think we agreed every 10 we do 2 or more. Depends how many. Like if it's more, I think I know the Rumble is like 3, but well for the scramble match, I'll give you Scott and Zach. So Scott is going with Warlow to win, and Zach is going with Powerhouse Hobbs.
So
Not bad
interesting.
picks.
No, well, I'm thinking those were the 3 people originally in this match.
Those two and Archer were going to be originally of the Meat Madness.
Yes. So I don't think it's a bad start to pick one of those 3. I'm gonna go with Wardlow because still feel like at some point they're gonna have to build him up. He is, and Ethan, I've said this for a long time. Wardlow was gonna get the championship after
Double or
MJF at
nothing.
some point, regardless whether he took it from him or not. So I'm gonna stick with Wardlow on this.
I'm gonna agree with you and Scott. I'm going with Warlow as well. Like I get Jericho's on there too because he's the only forward. I mean Hook. I like Hook, but he just got a title shot and he plays FTW champion. No offense to Dante Martin, but he had a shot a couple years ago. Him and Page was the champion. I don't see him getting another shot. No offense, Dante Martin. Brian Cage, I like him. Same thing. I don't see him getting a shot. Archer, like him, but he had a couple shots at the title. And why? But I just literally said it. And Hobbs, I could see Hobbs getting it too. If we're doing more than one pick, Hobbs would be my second. But he's my honorable mention. But I'm gonna go with you and Scott. I'm going with Warlow as well. And by that promo on Dynamite, if anybody hasn't seen it from last week, go watch that. That was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, did I miss that? I might have missed that one. I'll have to go back and watch it though.
He took shots at MJF, CM Punk, and Smojo.
Word.
Life.
Word. All right. Well, we're gonna go. Do you have Wikipedia up? I'm assuming we're using handy dandy Wikipedia at this point.
I don't actually. But I have the prediction, so all right, I'll just pick a random match. We'll go Orange Cassidy versus Rod Strong for the international title.
Sorry, I was just writing this down because we were talking and I forget to write my own down because I'm gonna forget. 12 man, and then I said Wardlow there. All right, which one again?
So we're on the international title match. Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong.
Oh, this.
I have a theory, but you want to take yours first, or do you have a
No,
good
I'll let
reason?
you go. I'm just kind of curious because I've been kind of a little out of the loop, but I'm, some of this stuff I have an idea, and others I'm kind of curious.
Okay, well, actually, I'll give you the 2 missing men first, just make it fair. So Zach's going with the champ, Orange Cassidy. Scott is going with Roderick Strong. I'm going to agree with Scott and say Roderick Strong, but he doesn't do it cleanly. Either Undisputed Kingdom fucks over Cassidy, or Trent Beretta turns heel and costs them the title.
Interesting. What makes you think Trent's going to turn heel?
So I don't know, like the last couple times that Cassie's retained, like when he was getting beat up by like or whoever, when Beretta came out, like he kind of had like kind of like a look, basically like frustrated because I know 3 weeks ago or whatever, I know he had a match with Warlow, and after the match he kind of pushed Cassie like in frustration and apologized to him. But I think that's a seed for turning on him. And honestly, I like Orange Cassidy, but he does not need this. This title reign's actually been kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, why did he lose it again? He lost it. Was it Moxley?
So he lost to Moxley first at All Out. Then Moxley lost to the Phoenix at Grand Slam with
from
Rick
a concussion, right?
Yeah. And then Moxley got it back, and then Cassidy got it back. So Moxley and Cassidy are the only 2-time international champions as of right now. But honestly, Roger's been there. I mean, he's great. I mean, he needs this.
I think with what's going on, I would argue, and again, Orange, I mean, I love Orange Cassidy. I will never not be excited when Orange Cassidy comes out. But I think we're at a point where he's probably kind of like any wrestler when you do long title runs. He probably wants a break. He's probably tired. He's probably exhausted. So I would argue, and Roderick, what we're doing with Roddy and Adam Cole and Matt and Mike, you're gonna have to put them up. You have to start moving them up the card. I think there's something to be said about this crew. So I'm gonna go with you and say Roddy.
Yeah, honestly, Undisputed King right now is kind of ice cold because Cole's out with their still an ankle injury. I know they got the real world titles, but let's be honest. I know I watch Ring of Honor, but even there's times I just don't give a shit about this promotion.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there, but
bro, they had 5 matches and it was pretty much boring. It says for the women's TV title, literally Athena in the women's TV title tournament are the best things of Ring of Honor right now.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Sorry, I don't know what Tony's doing.
Hire Scott Demore.
I hope they bring Scott on because I think Scott will kind of put Tony in his place.
So you go with Roderick, are you, Sam?
I'm gonna go with Roderick. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna lose, Zach.
Zach chose orange.
Yeah, he's the only one who picked orange out of 4 of us. Sorry. But I don't think Roderick wins it cleanly. Honestly, I hope he does. But if I had to theory, I think that's either UK costs them or Trent Beretta fucks Cassie over.
All right. Yeah, no, that's some good assessment. And I'm going to trust you because you've been watching more than I have recently. You know what, Ethan? Because you're picking those, I'm going to let you keep track because I don't want us to get all thrown off on who's picked what. So let you continue picking them at random, minus the 2 main events, I think.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about the world title and the tag title match later. We'll do the. Fuck it, we'll keep going with titles. Let's start with the women's.
Toni Storm and
Deonna Purrazzo. Yeah. There's honestly, bro, half of these matches I have a hard time picking, and I'm not gonna be mad about either way.
This is tough because to me, Deonna is absolutely incredible. Deonna was queen over at Impact. Her matches with Taya Valkyrie were just bar none some of the best women's matches ever.
Oh yeah, her and her and Jordan Grace. Even like her, Mass and Rain. So basically, did you see that diamond match with her, Mass and Rain?
I'm trying to remember.
Flatliner Spike. Where Rihanna was going for the flatliner Mass and spiked her head.
I'm trying to recall because there was a good year I was watching Impact. I don't remember when I started and when it ended. So I might have.
No, the Dynamite match I'm talking about from a couple weeks ago.
Oh no, I don't. I think I missed that.
Yeah, don't. I like Deonna, but that was one of her worst match. And I like both ways, and I'm not trying to. I know Matt's probably got shit on Twitter for it, but that was absolutely horrible. But so I'll just give you Zach's pick. So Scott and Zach actually both agree and said Toni Storm's retaining.
I'm going to agree. Toni Storm is on fire with this timeless gimmick. And I think right here now for her to lose the title, some of the best gimmicks work. I don't see. One of the things I think AEW is really good with sometimes is they have a good hot gimmick and they will run through it throughout a title run. And guess what? When the title run's done, they might keep on, but sometimes it was just long enough. It was just long enough. So in time, I think Toni has a good, another, I'll say 6 months, end of the year in her with this timeless gimmick and maybe with the title. She could run throughout the summer with this title.
I could see that. Honestly, this is a tough. Like I said, this is one of the hardest ones I've picked so far. But I'm not gonna be mad either way, who wins. But I think this is gonna be all. I think I'm gonna join you 3 and agree with Toni Storm. I think Mariah, because Collision they did a promo, and then at the end of it, Deonna piled driver Mariah May, so I could see Mariah try to cost Deonna the title. Now I seen some people on Twitter saying Mariah could cost Toni the title by accident, maybe or something, and then try to have their feud. But Tony's still hot with the title. I think it's still kind of early for her to lose it. I wouldn't mind Dion's champ. Don't get me wrong, but for prediction wise, I'm gonna go with the rest of you guys. Say Tony. Our first agreement, by the way, clean sweep.
And I would argue, looking not that this is a pretty solid card, but this could be a show stealer. This match.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah. I think there's a few. I got a couple Ethan picks in my brain. I'm hoping. But yeah, so all four of us agreed on Tony Storm, which that's the first so far. So pretty good. Not too bad so far. That's pretty good. Sticking to title matches, we'll go to the Kono Crown. Eddie Kingston defends Brian Danielson, and if Danielson loses, he has to shake Kingston's hand. Scott sit Brian Danielson, and Zach also sit Brian Danielson.
This is tough because Eddie is not a guy who has a championship often.
Nope.
But Danielson has the personality right now. He just has this. It's funny. We talk about, and he was a good heel in WWE, but his heel work in AEW was fire. And I think it definitely would piss the fans off even more if he got the title from Eddie.
Ooh.
But I don't know. Give Eddie his flowers. Let him have this title for a little longer. How long has he been this champion?
Since World's End. I think you're talking Kono Crown total, right? Not the New Japan and Ring of Honor.
So we're looking at
3 months right now. Or actually, sorry, if he retains, then at the end of March, it'd be 3 months.
Let's say Kingston.
Ooh.
I think it just give him his time. Like he's worked, he's put the effort in. He's very passionate about this business. So
it was funny. So well, this will be the third match because Brian Danielson beat him at the finals at World Title Tournament a couple years ago. Excuse me. Eddie Kingston beat him at the Kono Classic Blue League Finals, aka semifinals. So they're one apiece. So, and it was funny on Collision last week. Danielson beat Akiyama. That was a good match. And after the match, like Danielson flipped him off, and Jun Akiyama slapped him like William Regal. And then Danielson's like, "I'm sorry. Talk about how he was a heel." So he shakes his hand and literally kicks him in the dick. I'm like, there you go, Danielson heel. But he's retiring as full time, I think, at All In, I believe. Like, I think that's when he's officially done full time wrestling. I could see him with a title, but I'm actually gonna go with Kingston retain. I'm gonna agree with you, Sam.
okay.
Another match, I won't be mad who wins, honestly.
Oh, absolutely not.
There's a lot of I know I sound like a broken record, but there's a lot of these matches I don't care. Like honestly, like in a way I do for like point wise, but I'm not gonna be like this is bullshit. Like throw my TV, be like the people on Super Bowl.
Yeah, this card is just for the most part the matchups I'm just looking at, and these are fire matchups.
Yeah, honestly, Sam, I think this is the hardest pay-per-view to pick in a long time for me.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some of these.
Like honestly, like the Elimination Chamber, like I know sometimes predictability is good, but honestly, the Chamber was really predictable.
Yeah, but even sometimes when it's predictable,
it's good.
Okay, let's talk about. We're gonna sidetrack here. Royal Rumble. I think it was almost common knowledge that CM Punk and Cody Rhodes were going to be the last two.
Yeah.
And one of them was going to win it. Nobody knew who, but we knew they were going to be the last two. And I'll tell you, being in that building, we were still on the edge of our seats because we didn't know who was going over. We thought it was Punk, but we also were like, there's no way they're going to bring, let Cody, even though they did mention that it's been like 20 years since, somebody won back-to-back Rumbles. So sometimes predictability is good. But even still, this card, again, the matchups are fire. The matchups are fire. So let's continue, Ethan. Let's go through another one.
All right. We'll stick to our last title match on the show. Or sorry, we got two more, but I'll stop with this one. TNT title, Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia. I'll just keep going with the Scott and missing people predictions first. So another agreement between Zach and Scott. They both went with Christian Cage.
I mean, again, another man. Not that I don't like Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia is great, but I don't think he's the guy who's going to take Christian Cage down. Christian Cage is on a war path right now.
Who do you think takes it if Daniel Garcia doesn't? I like Copeland, but honestly, he doesn't really need titles anymore.
Who?
Copeland. Adam Copeland. Edge.
Could be that. Or the long game. Maybe it's Nick Wayne.
Ooh, all right. You're not my real father.
Get close enough to make him comfortable and destroy him from the inside. And his mother's there.
Ooh.
I
could see Kill Switch.
There's another one. Yeah, I think.
I remember they teased it a few months ago.
Yes, it could be Kill Switch, aka Luchasaurus, because Luchasaurus is such a way better name than Kill Switch. But I wouldn't be surprised if it gets taken from within.
Oh, you go with Christian, are you?
I'm going Cage. I think Cage takes it. I think he's too hot with this title.
Yeah, Copeland cost him the title.
Potentially, I could see that, but I don't think it would be. I don't see Daniel Garcia. I mean, and I say this, but I've seen people with less heat get bigger titles. Sorry, less like backing get bigger titles. So it could be. It absolutely, he could cost him. But I don't think this is the match that happens. Is that where you were leaning?
Yeah, fuck. I really want to say Garcia because Copeland's gonna want to fuck him over, but
But again, I like the mindset, but I feel like if you're gonna do that, I feel like Nick Wayne's the better choice here.
I know that's why you're kind of convinced me to go with Christian. I'm gonna go with Christian. Honestly, if Garcia wins, I will be happy. But I think, like you said, like Christian's on fire. So I mean, you can still get Miles out of his TNT title. Fuck.
Because I know where you're going with this. Because then they're gonna have their match together.
Yeah,
1-on-1, and we're gonna get to that point. And it's gonna be a blast. It's just who's the person who takes the title from him and gets help by Adam Copeland. That's the question.
Yeah, I think it's another clean sweep. I'm gonna stick with Christian Cage. Remember, we still got our one change per month rule. So.
Yep. So far, they're losing from a couple of choices they made. So, yeah. Right. Well, while we do that, we haven't mentioned it yet. Ospreay and Takeshita. This is Ospreay's debut match as a member of the roster.
Officially as a roster, yeah. Because when
All In and there's like one or two other matches he's had, yeah.
Forbidden Door and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So Scott and Zach both agree with Ospreay. Honestly, I think this is another clean sweep with all four of us.
I think it is Ospreay. I would not be surprised if they wanted to swerve and make him fight for the top because remember, Takeshita and Ospreay were under the wing of Don Callis.
Still are, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Yes. But who knows, Don? And again, I'm not trying to swerve anyone here, but we could see Don Callis come help Takeshita win and be like, look, you chose to fight one of my boys, even though you're one of mine. It's your first match here.
Yeah, but Don Callis was one who made the match.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and he knows, remember, since he managed Ospreay, he knows Ospreay.
By God, Ospreay. Elevated. Sorry, I got something. But it was fun. It's funny because he's technically supposed to be a heel, But when he came in on Wednesday, when Shivani introduced him, like the fans went nuts. They were singing "Elevated." He was like, his promo bio was super funny at the beginning. He's like, "I got my bags. They lost them. Then they found them. I look like Kermit the Frog on leg day. I beat Orange." Then he started listening out, and then Don Callis came out and said it's gonna be the match of the decade. Which honestly, Osprey. I'm gonna be honest, Sam. Did you watch my top 30 match 2023?
I haven't. I do need to watch that. Maybe I'll put that on tomorrow. I'll listen to it.
But on the show. But anyway, spoiler: Osprey is on that list a lot. There's your spoiler. But oh, I like both of these guys. Honestly, at first I liked the Kesha with Don Callis. Then now it feels like Don Callis is like, all right, get out of my way, Takesha. You go over there. I'm gonna be the main person. And also, Osprey does not really need to be in the family. I kind of get why they want to, but I don't see him being. I think, fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Osprey because it's first match. Now I would not be mad. What like you said, Callis can't fuck him over, but I'll go with Osprey. But I hope that Kesha needs more wins. He needs to have a title at the end of the year.
He does. He needs to have like the international title.
Oh, him and Roderick, yeah, sign me the fuck up.
Fire. That'd be a fire match. I just
Kanosuke! Takeshita.
thinking about it right now.
I know he's serious, but that I don't care. That him screaming people's names and get right quiet. So funny. Sorry, Roger on top her, but I'm going with Osprey. So I think this is the third clean sweep all the four of us had.
Yep. Nope. Well, you know what? Let's clear out the non-title matches. So up next we have FTR taking on the Blackpool Combat Club of Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli.
This is a rematch from last week's time. Last week or the week before. They went to a 20-minute time of draw. So this is basically a rematch. I jokingly said it's going to be they're going to go to a 30-minute time of draw, which honestly I hope not because we've been seeing a few. But Scott went with BCC, and Zach also went with BCC. I have a hard time picking.
This is tough because in most cases that choice makes sense. But if I'm to choose anybody who beats the BCC, it's FTR.
Now this match, I know people trash Tony for having too many hardcore stipulations, but honestly, this one needed a stipulation.
Who won the last one, or is it like one of those?
Time limit draw. They went to a time limit draw. This is their second. They went to a 20-minute time limit draw, so that's why the rematch is happening here. Now, BCC is feuding with CMML guys, and apparently the rumor is Finn Balor might be at Arthur Stadium, and they might bring some CMML guys. And also, BCC is going to Arena Mexico at the end of this month. So I don't know if they want to try to build BCC up for that, or give them the FTR, who were former AAA tag champs, by the way. Well, different promotions, Mexican promotions, but still.
I'm gonna say FTR. I don't know. There's just BCC is like undefeated, but when you talk about tag teams, you know, there's the best in the game, and it's FTR.
This is another one. I actually had the toughest time. A lot of these matches, I think the easiest one I picked so far was probably Osprey and Takeshita, just because it's Osprey's first match. But a lot of these were hard. Like, before we're recording, like, I was thinking all day especially in T2, because I kept going back and forth. But this is another one I'm like, okay, I'm going to go B. Then, like, the next one I went to FTR, but I think I'm going to go. Oh, fuck. They went time limit the first time.
Come on. You know we're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with FTR. Fuck it.
Here we go. That's my boy. That's my boy. We're just
T-Rex is on for team. You actually did. Now I could see them, like FTR does what I could see them doing a third match, kind of like, hey, you didn't like something, and then be like, here. But I'm gonna go with FTR. But I would not be mad at BCC one. But honestly, we need to spice shit up. So let's go Rising Sun versus ATR.
Yeah.
Slash bet media.
So we got two more matches here. From what I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, this might be one of the first pay-per-views where the AEW World Title is not the main event.
I believe.
Because when they showed the card, keep in mind, when they did show the card, every time they showed it, Sting's last match is the last match that they always show. It's not
Yeah.
even the title match.
Now, if it wasn't Sting's last match, I could see this being the main event, but obviously Sting's retiring. So, yeah, I think this maybe at the most. I can't. I have to go back and read. I can't remember exactly. I think there was they haven't made it. Like I'm not talking about like the special blind gut. I know. Oh wait, I know nothing. I think the last one at Jack like during the 2020 and 2021, those were both same Stampede matches. Those two main event. I know those two off the bat, but I think that's it though. I have to double check it.
Yeah. So let's look at assuming that Sting's last match is the last match. Let's look at this title match. All right. Let's do this first. Samoa Joe defending the AEW World Championship against Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland.
Swerve when I drive.
Now,
Swerve.
let's start with these two. What do these two say?
Zach said Swerve. And Scott went with Joe.
This is the thing. Joe hasn't had the title for long.
World's End, he's held it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind him having the title for longer because AEW is good with long title runs. However, I don't think he needs it. And B, Swerve is on fire right now. And I think you and I talked about it. I would say a year ago, you and I were both like, Swerve needs to have I'm holding a screwdriver while I talk about this. Swerve needs to have a title by the end of 24, if not, 23, if not 24.
Yep. Me and you said that multiple times.
24 is the summer of Swerve, my friend. It's in the books. Swerve Strickland is your AEW World Champion by the end of tonight.
Oh, fuck. This gets harder and harder.
That's what she said.
That's it. All right. I'll give you that one. I logged myself on that one. Joe, don't get me wrong. I do see Swerve. Not get me wrong, but I can see him at Double or Nothing because I think Heyman Page. He's so obsessed with Swerve. He wants to fuck him over the title. He pretty much said he doesn't want Swerve as the world champion. And Joe, like you said, Joe won that. He's held it. He's fucking fantastic. I mean, Joe's just he's a fucking beast.
It's Joe.
Joe. Sorry. Joe. So on Wednesday on Dynamite, so Page came out and he had a crutch, and we didn't know he was gonna do the show. Obviously, his injury was storyline. So Swerve came out basically, and they had a great promo. I think Swerve roasted. I will admit this was a good line. So remember when Joe at WrestleMania 2021 were delayed because of rainstorm in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
So and Joe had to wear that poncho.
Yep.
Do you see where I'm going with this? So basically, Swerve said he's gonna come champion and he's gonna make Joe go back wearing a poncho commentary. I thought that was a great light. Fuck. I'm gonna go with Joe. I think this one another split that because I think Heyman's gonna block Swerve, but I do see Swerve winning the world title sometime this year, just not right now. Now, if Swerve wins, I'll be happy to take this loss. But I think Joe could get a little more out of this reign.
That's the thing. I think he can. But do you wait to have it one-on-one with him at Double or Nothing? I think if Swerve doesn't win here, you go to Double or Nothing where something happens at this match and Swerve is like, finds a reason to go, hey, this really should be you and me. Hangman shouldn't have anything to do with this because Hangman did X, Y, and Z. And who knows, maybe Hangman helps Swerve win the belt.
Ooh.
Why? Don't know. But I'm just spitballing. Swerve, I think, needs to, if he doesn't get it here, it should be Double or Nothing.
Yes, it should be. I actually got theory. So I'm gonna be a TK for a sec and just book like further
Go
in
for
the
it.
year.
I like booking.
So I'm gonna say Joe retains. Swerve wins it. Double or Nothing. Somewhere in there, he's got to face Heyman one more time. Already he faces Ospreay.
Hmm.
That's my fancy booking.
Interesting. Ethan, we need to have a fantasy booking show. I think we'd have a lot of fun with that.
We do.
There's plenty of booking opportunities, and we should off air. We'll talk about this. We'll come up with ideas for this.
We will. And we'll, oh shit! Look, we're 41 minutes in, and we're on the main event. The World titles are on the line. Sting's last match, Sting and Darby Allin. If it's the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. I don't want to get fined or kick me in the face.
This is going to sound really weird, but I think this is probably the most obvious match. A, it's Sting's last match. B, they have the titles. Unless they decide to go, hey, I'm retiring, and Darby, you need a partner. Which I think it would get a little weird unless you introduce somebody there.
Yeah.
I think the Bucks are walking away with these.
It's funny. You're in agreement with God. And I'm gonna join you three. I'm going. Well, remember saying me and Scott. Fuck, we all been talking about since he announced that he's retiring. We've been talking about this for almost a fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna throw out it's tornado, so things wheelhouse. We all know he's going out with a bang, so he's gonna fly off balconies. He's gonna fucking go. He's gonna go hardcore. By the way, on Wednesday's time at the end, so they were doing my game. So Young Bucks were looking for Sting throughout the whole show, and they were beating up Darby dressed up as Sting, like in the crowd. Ric Flair comes down. Basically teased that he's gonna hit Darby with the bat, but Ric Flair, dirtiest player in the game, doesn't actually do. He beats up the Young Bucks, but Young Bucks blows him. Little flares, and then so Sting's music hits. They run up the ramp. The after spot when he comes down off the after. HK did give Martha's blessing because obviously we know what happened to Owen Hurt. So
Yep.
I will give TK respect. That was pretty cool of him to do. Go ask Mark Hart that because I thought honestly, if he didn't ask, I think that's a little fucked up thing to do.
Yep.
So, but I'm not trash TK. I'm just being honest. Like, honestly, if you lose someone love of your life because of literally a rafter incident, like you know what I mean. Anyway, so basically, Sting did that one more time and then beat up the Young Bucks, close out. So, but I do see Young Bucks winning. I mean, I could see Sting and Darby retaining, but I don't know. Like, I don't see any point in him retaining and then like basically vacating them. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be really weird. It would honestly be really weird.
Can you see? Well, originally I was thinking Flair fucks him over until we saw on Dynamite. But do you think that everybody's been talking about this? I want your opinion on it. Do you think Flair pulls a mood and Chonda show and they have an impromptu mini singles match?
I don't see it, but for all I know, it could be something. It could be something like that where they have that moment in the ring where maybe he chops Flair and he does like have that like moment. But I don't see it turning into like a mini match.
No, I don't see. I would not be surprised, but I kind of hope it doesn't because anybody who saw Flair's last match in 2022, anyway, yeah, that was in the past. But wrestlers they say they retire and they come back later. I mean, we obviously seen it. But I do believe Sting when he says like, oh, "This is it. Like, I'm done in the ring. Like, no more wrestling after this." Like, I could believe in Sting. But honestly, this was actually the easiest match to pick for me out of these 11 matches. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really want the titles, but it's whatever.
I think with their gimmick right now, I think it works. And then you can hopefully they can pass it down to a team that hasn't had them before.
Top flight.
Top Flight or finally Private Party.
Yeah, I think they should. I mean, cause um, they haven't challenged them in forever.
They
I'm
haven't been a tag team in a long time.
No, because Mark Quinn was out with, I think, a knee
Forever.
injury. He was out with an injury, but yeah, basically, Mark Quinn was doing that stupid Andrade Hardy family Hunter office bullshit.
Yeah. So I think that's the way they go. Kind of like what they're doing with Christian Cage. We talk about, and yes, sometimes you can just hand it off. But I think when you deal with something like Christian Cage and even the Bucks, I don't care what anyone says. The Bucks, they're in their mid 30s at this point, and I know that's not old, but still in wrestling age. Now you're not young anymore.
No,
So I think it's a good way for them to kind of hand off the titles to a younger tag team, especially if they're going to play these. They're playing these cocky vice president roles.
I will admit, at first when they first did it, I was like, oh god. Like I thought it was a little cringy at first, but now I'm kind of starting to grow into it. I like where they interrupted Kingston's interview, and then he try to enforce the dress code, and then they go back to ringside. Taz is like, I had one of those before. I didn't like it. Obviously taking a shot at WWE without fully saying WWE. But I thought Taz was just funny on that one. He's like, yeah, I had one of those before. I didn't like it. Excalibur just trying not to laugh, but it was great. But I can see Young Bucks. Honestly, this was the easiest match to pick. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it was. I think it makes sense when you in the tradition of wrestling. It makes sense.
Now,
Um,
like I know Sting, like some people said Sting could retire at 20 undefeated, like 29-0. But honestly, I think he wants to be like the old school guy, like, all right, last match, pin me kind of thing. Do you think he gets pinned or do you think Darby does?
I think for honor's sake, he gets pinned.
I do too. I absolutely agree.
Whether it be both Matt and Nick.
I could see Young Bucks if Ric Flair's at ringside. I don't think they confirmed that. I could see Young Bucks. They love being like basically like spoofs. I
Yeah.
feel like they're gonna pull a Shawn Michaels, like "I'm sorry, I love you," and then kick Sting in the face, and then that's how they beat them. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for that. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is already 11 card match, and by the time this drops, I'm hoping it's not more, because then we're looking at least 12:30 my time, 1:30 your time for this card to finish, and I don't want that.
Please, for God, TK. I like AEW. I know people like I'm not an elitist. Like I love all wrestling, whatever. Um, please don't fucking do this. I'm getting so tired of this bullshit. I have work on Monday morning. Please don't make me stay for 1:30. I fell asleep at your forbidden door. Don't fucking do this to me.
I've been doing that recently. It's been tough. It's even WWE at times when they do push the 12 o'clock mark at my end. I'm just like, bro, I need to go to bed. Please stop. Please stop.
Oh yeah. That was me at the Rumble was good, but I didn't get up for the chamber. By the way, spoiler. I watched on delay. Scott was
So,
pissed.
so let me ask the last question before we get off here, and I think this is good for you and I as we cover the New Japan stuff. And this isn't for points, but I'm kind of curious. Since New Japan's been going through an exodus recently of talent, do we see any new talent show up at Revolution?
Oh fuck. Well, apparently a is supposed to be showing up on the March 6th episode.
What if he shows up before? Just because he shows up at March 6th doesn't mean he's not going to show on March 3rd.
Rumored. Oh, fuck sakes. Oh my god. Yeah, I could see him showing up.
So I only ask because there are rumors about Tama Tonga supposedly already signing with the E.
Yeah, Dave Meltzer, but let's be honest, Dave Meltzer's having a little couple off weeks. So with all due respect, Dave, with all due respect, I'll believe when I see it.
But also, I think I don't know if I've had this conversation with you or with Scott, but like I too can leak bullshit and
You
then
you
make
said with
somebody
both
look.
of us, yeah, me and you talked about this before.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna really blame Dave there, but
No,
like,
no, no, I'm not either. I'm just saying because I mean I get you gotta report it, but like
or so going off of this. Sorry, I know we could go off on you and I could have an episode on Dave Meltzer all day.
you know we could.
But what if Tama leaked that? Because his contract is up. I don't know about Tongaloa's.
I think well, let's be honest, most of the people in New Japan still wrestle on contract. So I haven't heard anything, but he's in spoiler. I know this is not Rising Sun while we're talking about New Japan Cup this week coming up with a special guest, so keep an eye on that. Fuck. Well, Tangelo is in the New Japan Cup at the first round against Grail Khan, but like I said, we'll do our full prediction of next episode of Rising Sun with special. Um, yeah, I could see that.
Because that's what I was thinking. I'm wondering if that got leaked to throw people off that he won't, because his contract is done, it's kaput. And then immediately it's like, oh, he's going to WWE. And I'm like, but Revolution's this weekend.
Yeah, everybody's making jokes, but they're gonna cost Cody the match at WrestleMania. Please don't. Please, by the way, please. No, we don't need to repeat last year.
No, we don't. But I'm
Right.
thinking,
For
could
that
you?
later.
I only ask because I know New Japan is about to lose people like they lost, the year they lost Shinsuke and AJ, um, Gallows and Anderson. I don't remember if that was the year where Finn left. No, Finn left before that. But
Yeah, Finn
I
left way before that.
so I wasn't sure if that was something that you like maybe, and who knows, maybe we'll see, you know, Nick Nemeth show up. I know he's in TNA, but who knows? Maybe he shows up and. But then again, we have Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door is a different monster, I think, this year, especially with the whole CMLL.
Well, fuck, Tony Khan's got half the fucking New Japan roster.
Mm-hmm. New Japan in North America. Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
New Japan Strong Part 2. And no, sorry, AEW Strong.
AEW Strong Primetime. Yeah, exactly. So, Ethan, I'm looking forward to this. We're going to have to. It's been a bit. It has been a bit watching pay per views together. So, we're going to have to keep in touch while we watch. But I'm actually excited. Like as you said, looking at this card top to bottom, this could be a way to kick off the year.
For 11 match, out of the only 3 I'm not really excited for is 2 pre-show. Like, not like, oh, like, I'll skip them, like, I'll watch them. Like, they can be good. I mean, Chris Challenger's just a fucking, they're just all 4 of those ways fantastic. The 12-man tag is my least favorite one. Look, honestly, I don't like skip matches, but that one I might have to. I'm not gonna lie. But basically the main show, I'm looking forward to it. Like Osprey, Takesha's gonna fucking rule the women's title. I hope. I mean, honestly, TK, he gives a banger pay-views sometimes. Uh, I'll be honest, Sam. Do you like the pay-views better than TV?
Do I like what?
The pay-views better than TV. Sometimes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Because being in agree. Now, I will say the Phoenix show they did with the Heyman Swerve like #1 contenders match, that 30-minute one, that was a great dynamite. That was like pay-per-view quality.
There were definitely, there's definitely shows. I think of like stuff like the Arthur Ashe Stadium, the first one, where it's Danielson and Kenny for the hour.
Oh, the 30-minute, yeah, that one was really good.
Or
That
like
was the
early
first
early
one.
Dynamite. We think about early Dynamite. Like the first, like I'll say year. Let's say year. When we had, Bash at the Beach, or Cody took on Wardlow in Georgia in the steel cage. We need to get back to that. We need to get back to those dynamites where every dynamite felt like incredible and special.
Now, do you see any? Now, before we go, I know since we're talking about people in my show, do you see anyone returning?
I don't know if I can really comment on that because it's been a while, so I don't know who's
It's
really
been a
out right
while.
now. It's been a while.
You
Fell
said
right
it.
for
You
it,
said
Ethan.
first one of 2024. Let's go.
Yeah, we're running low on those.
I know. Damn it. I could see. I wish Jamie Hare come back. I need her and Storm again.
Yep, Jamie. I haven't seen Jamie in a while.
No one has,
Uh,
brother. No one has. Tay. I could see Tay Mel come back hopefully soon because I know she's been off maternity leave. Uh, yeah,
I'm just noticing Kenny's not on this card.
yeah, he's still out with the. Oh, what's that diagnosis?
Yep. No, I forgot about that. Sorry, I was like looking. I'm like, yeah, Kenny's not on here.
That infection in the stomach. I forget what the term. I do apologize. Anybody who knows, comment because I actually can't remember the top of my. It's like I forget what it's called. Basically, it's something to do with the stomach. I think they said like it's like infection or some. It's some really long medical term. Some will probably be common. And if you do, thank you because I can't remember the top of my head right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope he's doing well. I'd like to see Kenny back in the ring. I have this feeling. I don't know if you feel this way, and I know we're kind of getting off tangent, but I feel like we're getting to a point where Kenny, we're going to see less, if not, probably not in the ring too much longer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if that's the case, I hope he just becomes the best manager or comment something. He needs to stay with this company.
I honestly for like lifers, like AEW lifers, I can see Kenny being there forever. Honestly, I don't see him ever going to WWE at this rate.
Um, like a Sting, Sting
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
never went to WWE. Yeah.
Well, Sting did, but we're just gonna pretend it was kind of shitty. Not gonna lie.
Well, I'm talking about like prime. I don't want to say prime because I don't think he's ever lost it. But Sting, 80s,
I know what you meant though. I know what you meant.
yeah, we didn't get him till almost like 30 years after he started his career.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But I can see Omega being one of those AEW lifers. Honestly,
Agreed. Agreed. Well, Ethan, it is AEW Revolution, guys. We will be watching. I don't know if we'll be live tweeting. We might just do on a personal one. We're still working a lot of new Bedlam things. But guys, if you don't do so, please make sure you follow us on Twitter, aka X, at Bedlam Media, and Above the Ring, as this will be official in wrestling_fan_9. Find us on Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to watch Bedlam Media. Watch my new show, Uncle Sam's Static Kaleidoscope. We drop Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. 20-minute bangers for the morning to kick your day off. If you don't already do so, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review. Tell people why Above the Ring and Bedlam Media is the podcast of your choosing, why they should listen to us as well. It's wrestling season. It's also the road to WrestleMania. Don't forget that. We got about a month. Guys, as always, do not forget to join the Bedlam.
thanks, guys.